Organizations communicate in much the same way as individual people. They seek to transfer and share ideas, and they convey intended and unintended messages. Unlike people, however, organizations do not possess a unified psychology and do not therefore automatically develop a self-image. Organizations have to create a corporate image, the organizational equivalent of an individual's self-image, through management of corporate culture and consequent marketing and communications mixes. If adequate management processes and structures are not in place, the corporate image will be uncoordinated and confused. This will have both internal and external market effects. Internally, when there is confusion within a business about what kind of identity is needed, it soon shows. Lack of cohesion quickly leads to weaker decision making by staff and the lowering of motivation for a workforce which does not know what is expected of it. This results in contradictory design signatures and messages, badly briefed sales reps, and the neglected and the neglect of basic business housekeeping, such as keeping the delivery vans washed and clean. Business organizations may have well-developed marketing systems and plans with carefully crafted marketing mixes and communication programs, but if they do not have a cohesive corporate identity, the image of them perceived by customers, shareholders, and employees will be fragmented. Too often, a company will imply one thing about its product in its mass media ads and contradict it at point of sale, deny it with its direct selling tactics, and muddle it with its product service policy. In short, the communications job which advertising and a good product design so laboriously and expensively undertook is scuttled by the customer's actual experience with the many other communications the company sends out. The overall message that will finally have got through to the customer will be self-contradictory and confusing instead of self-reinforcing and reassuring. In such a business, some or all of the unintentional messages sent to the market will contradict the messages intended to achieve its market objectives. It is a characteristic of centrifugal marketing, as most activities in the business tend to shift progressively away from what the business is trying to deliver. This contradiction will destroy the credibility of its advertising, sales promotion, public relations, and design programs. The more effective kind of organization in which all activities are focused towards achieving specific marketing objectives with specific customers. This is called centripetal marketing. The approach of the centripetal business towards communications will be to coordinate unintended and intended communication in order to create a consistent image. For example, its service engineers will be trained to handle customers with extra care, politeness, and respect, and customers will be telephoned to check that they received a high standard of after-sales service. The centrifugal business will simply lack the management willingness, systems, and resources to create consistency, as its managers will be motivated to achieve only basic levels of customer service and will therefore be at at a major disadvantage when positioning against a centripetal business. For many businesses, and particularly for those in consumer goods markets, communication is the major weapon employed to achieve position. Even if a business has no formal positioning strategy, it will nevertheless have a de facto position against competition. However, the market position achieved by a business is always a combination of some strategic objectives achieved and others not achieved as a result of managers responding to changing circumstances and improvising a result of improvising strategy different from that originally planned or thought of. The centripetal marketing business will focus its communications on a cohesive set of messages to the customer, seeking to maximize consistency between intended and unintended communication. It will therefore be able to adjust its objectives towards the most effective positions in its markets because its managers will be able to improve with the advantage of a cohesive corporate image. That means a customer oriented corporate image. Managers in the centrifugal business will simply create a more and more confused image as they try to improvise, because its unintended communication will become more and more inconsistent with its intended communication. My website is up and running and can be logged at www.asifjmeer.com. Have a look. I also ask you to log on to my blog asifjmeer.wordpress.com. This contains relevant to the topic and irrelevant knowledge on the subject. I hope you will benefit. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.